Welcome to the Daily Millwall for Thursday the 24th of December 2020. And we're going to start off with a statement by Gary Rowett about Kenneth Zahore's loan deal, because it's due to expire in 2 weeks, the first week of January, I think just after the Forest game. And we've got a quote from him here on the News at 10, the News at 10 website, newsat10.co.uk, and we're going to have a read of that. It says, Millwall boss would love West Brom striker to stay, but makes an admission as loan end date looms. It says, Millwall boss Gary Rowett says he would love to extend Kenneth Zahore's loan deal from West Brom, but admits the striker is running out of games to prove his fitness. Zahore, 26, scored on his only start for Millwall, the 2-0 win at Preston in October. Former Fiorentina and Cardiff forward Zahore joined Millwall on loan from the Premier League Baggies until January the 16th, but has featured just 3 times. The Lions' 2 postponed games over Christmas against Bournemouth and Watford denies Zahore a chance to impress before January, though he was a doubt for those fixtures anyway. The last game of the Denmark under-21 international's initial loan spell is at Nottingham Forest after Coventry visited down on January 2nd, assuming the Lions get the all-clear following the positive COVID-19 tests in their squad. Rowett admits the decision is likely to be West Brom's, but hopes for an impact early next month from the 6'3" target man. I think the challenge anyway with that deal is that it runs to the middle of January, and the fact that Ken's been injured makes it difficult, Rowett said. We needed him to play games before we make any sort of decision. But it's not going to completely in our hands anyway. It's going to be down to what West Brom want to do. The main scenario around is that we need him to play games, but looking at it at the moment, it's going to be hard for him to play the relevant amount of games. It's one where we'll see where we're at in January. We're obviously looking at that area and the market should anything happen. We'd love to be able to keep Ken, but we want that to be a fit Ken Zahore that can contribute to the second half of the season and not be someone that's unavailable. That's important to us. We'll see where that goes. So it looks like we talked about the rumour yesterday that Troy Parrott is going to be recalled by Spurs. So that leaves us with one less striker, although he hasn't been doing much anyway. So if we lose Zahore as well, that's 2 strikers down, and that will leave us back to with the main 3 of Matt Smith, Bodvarsson and Bradshaw. The only other people around is we got George Alexander, who could come in, but he was only on the bench the other day because of COVID through the camp, so it doesn't look like he's going to get a sniff. So it looks like we're going to need to bring in a striker or 2 in January to replace these ones, or could be very tricky for us, because if you look here on the right hand side, we're 16th in the table. We're near a relegation zone because we haven't been scoring goals. We've been drawing too many games, which is not ideal. If you draw 2 games but win 1 game and lose 1 game, you've only got 2 points. Whereas if you win and lose a game, you've got 3 points. So when you look at it from this loser mentality of we can't lose, a draw is a good result. A draw is a good result in a tough game away, or when you've got playing a really good team at home. That's a good result. But when you draw 10 games in a row, that's not a good that's not a good result when you add it all together. It would be better if you won a game, then lost a game, then won a game, then lost a game, then won a game, and then lost a game. But when you draw 9, 8 games in a row, that's not good at all. There's 46 games in a season. If you draw 46 games, you're going to be in a relegation zone or thereabouts. So you need some wins, and you get wins by scoring goals. And it looks like we may be having two of our strikers who were injured and weren't really doing anything anyway. Although at least Zahore scored, and he did look good when he was playing. He was speedy, that he could accelerate with pace on the counter, which is good for us. I think it would be good for us. But if it looks like Gary Rowett, even though the little he's seen what he's seen of Zahore, he still wants him to be fit. He's not going to sign an unfit player or one who might be in or out of the squad. And that's how that goes. And also, what you got to consider is West Brom. Big Sam Allardyce has just gone in there. He's probably going to want to look at the lad and see if he can have him at West Brom, if he can do anything there. And if not, maybe he's going to loan him back to us. But you never know. You never know. The next story we've got now is the new date for the Watford game at the Den. Well, that was the game on the 29th of December. Tuesday. It had to be postponed because of the illness going around. And this is going to be on Tuesday, the 26th of January, 7 p.m. kickoff. So they're not messing around with these two postponed games, because we got the Bournemouth game that got rescheduled for January, and now the Watford game's in January as well. So a lot of games in January, especially if we make it through that FA Cup third round game. There might be another game at the end of January, beginning of February, in the fourth round. I don't think there's going to be any replays this year. I'm not sure. But anyway, and this one's kicking off at 7 p.m. Although at that time of the month, 26, it's probably not going to be any fans in there anyway. But you never know. But probably not. And the final story I have for you today is this one. Twinning Project launches at Her Majesty's Prison and Youth Offenders Institute, ISIS Belmarsh Prison, with Millwall FC. Millwall have put this story up on their website about the community work they're doing in the prison down in Woolwich. It says Millwall Football Club is delighted to announce the launch of its first Twinning Project delivery at HMP YOI ISIS Belmarsh Prison. The accredited FA football-based course will be delivered in Belmarsh Prison during January 2021 by Millwall Community Trust. 16 individuals will participate in the course, both in the classroom and out on the field, and on top of providing them with the knowledge and education, it will also have a wider impact with regard to their life skills and lead to an upturn in behaviour. Launched in October 2018 by David Dean, the former Vice Chairman of Arsenal and FA, and supported by the UK's leading professional football clubs and footballing bodies, the Twinning Project aims to support prisoners whilst in custody and on release to help prepare them in their search for employment and reduce the likelihood of reoffending. Sean Daly, CEO at the Community Trust, said the project shows again the groundbreaking work the Community Trust is completing to support individuals and families in our local areas. Hilton Freund, Chief Executive at the Twinning Project, added, "Football has the power to change lives. Sadly, over 83% of those leaving prison will do so without any form of employment available to them. The Twinning Project plans to upskill by delivering a football-based educational provision in an attempt to reduce the reoffending rates, create safer communities and save lives. The Twinning Project is absolutely delighted that Millwall Community Trust and HMP ISIS have joined the programme." So I thought that was a little interesting little thing that popped up on the news feeds today, involving Millwall Football Club training up a load of prisoners to become football coaches when they leave. Maybe they might look at training them up to be referees, because there's plenty of times we've been robbed from a result by a referee on the pitch. Maybe they might be doing well to do that. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.